For more than a century, the Antikythera mechanism has been described as an accident of history, a miracle machine pulled from a Roman shipwreck dated to around 100 BCE, and so advanced it rewrote everything we thought we knew about ancient technology. Gears cut with impossible precision, astronomical cycles encoded in bronze, a device so complex it seemed out of place in its own time. That mystery alone should have been enough. But in 2022, something else surfaced, not from the sea, from a server. A university database briefly hosted a scanned worksheet uploaded by mistake, buried among conservation notes and imaging logs related to the Antikythera fragments. The file was up for less than 48 hours before it vanished. But during that window, several researchers downloaded it, assuming it was routine documentation. It wasn't. The worksheet contained a fresh imaging slice taken during a high-resolution X-ray tomography session. These scans are designed to peer through corrosion and reconstruct hidden internal structures without touching the artifact. Most revealed what scholars expected: overlapping gears, inscriptions, fractured plates. But one slice showed something new, an additional gear. This gear did not appear in any published reconstruction. It was smaller, thinner, and positioned at an angle that suggested it was never meant to mesh with the known gear trains. Engraved into its surface was a pattern, not decorative, not symbolic, but precise, a star map, not the zodiac, not any known Greco-Roman constellation set. The points were irregular, connected by fine etched lines that formed relationships unfamiliar to ancient astronomy. When plotted digitally, the pattern did not align with Earth's sky as seen in antiquity. It aligned with something else. The conservator's handwritten margin note visible in the scan was brief and unsettling. Orientation unclear, stellar reference unknown. That alone would be remarkable. But when astrophysicists later reconstructed the map using modern coordinates, they found the configuration matched no historical catalogue. Yet it bore a statistical resemblance to a cluster visible only from outside Earth's orbital plane. In other words, a sky not seen from the ground. The idea sounds impossible, and yet the Antikythera mechanism has already forced historians to accept the impossible once before. This was not a crude astrolabe. It was a predictive engine, capable of modeling eclipses, planetary motion, and long astronomical cycles with astonishing accuracy. So the question becomes unavoidable. What was the extra gear for? Ancient aliens theorists suggest the mechanism may not have been designed solely to track time, but to synchronize it. That the known gears map cycles humanity understood, while the hidden gear maps something external, a reference point not bound to Earth. The placement of the gear strengthens that theory. It appears to rotate independently, driven indirectly, as if meant to align rather than calculate. Alignment implies timing. Timing implies event. And the shipwreck itself adds another layer. The Antikythera mechanism was not traveling alone. The wreck carried statues, luxury goods, and items believed to be bound for Rome. Some scholars argue it was not cargo at all, but a transfer, moving knowledge from one power center to another. Could the mechanism have been intended as a guide or a warning? Ancient texts speak of wandering stars that did not follow the heavens' laws, of visitors from the sky described not as gods but as teachers. Most of these accounts are dismissed as myth, but myth is often how truth survives when language fails. The conservator's worksheet was quietly removed. No explanation was given, no press release, no correction. Official publications continue to describe the mechanism as fully accounted for. But the image exists, and the star map does not belong to Earth's past. If the Antikythera mechanism truly contains an extra gear engraved with a sky no ancient astronomer should have known, then its creators were not just looking up, they were looking out. And perhaps they were keeping time for something they believed would one day return.